Until such time there is a demand, don't build. Don't build. You know, in our days in Alice, we played under South African Cricket Board of Control. The non-racial. Those guys came from Cape Town to come and play in Alice. If you go to Alice, there's only one in town, there's a field there. I had a mower, and I would come Saturday morning early, the match starts at 10 o'clock. By 7 o'clock I'm there with my mower, and I'm mowing this at least.
Sure, cricket field is quite big.
Yeah. And these guys, the Cape Town guys, having the municipality doing their fields, this is a homeland. Well, the guys didn't even want us to play non-racial cricket in their midst. But anyway, we would clean up, and we'll get our game going. The danger that we have now, too many facilities are plumped into a community, and
there's no one interested.
Yeah, I can tell you of a piece of work I did for Saru when Veli Ngula was still there. He said, "Hey man, kids, can't you go to the Transkei and just have a look at our facilities there for rugby?" Butterworth up to the end, a crisscross, we went with this guy. And I can tell you, they were not utilized. There's a place in Butterworth, we've got our fields there. Went in there, the building stands, the field is there, but you can see there's no activity yet. You can see immediately when you see the grass growing. Yes, and there's no. So I called the rugby guys. I said, "Yeah, but chaps, you keep on complaining about facilities." I said, "But Sam, the municipality doesn't want to give us the key to come and utilize this. We must pay a certain fee before we can come in." And they said, "Just go in there, ask this guy." They actually were very rude towards this municipal guy here. I said, "Ask him. Ask him to open up." Yes, as he opened up, I tell you, every toilet had been knocked out. Everything vandalized. He said, "You see, they don't want us to play here, people vandalize." And it was a pattern right through. I just can't remember the names, but I got to one field, you stand here and you can see there it is down there. So I went to the municipal office and I asked the guy, "Look, Chief, I've just been inside there, man, near the gate. I can't go in. Can you help me with the key? Come down with me with the key. I just want to see what's inside so that we'll see what we can do." He could not find the key. And yet, down on top here, the guys were playing rugby. Yeah, and the cars were driving through it. You know, and that to me is, until such time that there is a
synergy,
an urge on behalf of the people involved in sport to have this facility. Yeah, just look at these white communities, what they do with their facilities. They look at, the guy has got 10 bricks, he brings it and they pack it behind the building there. One day it will be 100 bricks. And they'll be able to add to what they've got. You see, we haven't got that. We have to move away from everything is going to be given to us. It can't be. It can't be. And so my take on where we should be going, we need a small band of dedicated men and women to really start thinking about it. Now, if you think about it, I've got 10 schools in Mdantsane. They've got swimming, they've got table tennis, they've got chess, and they've got computers. That's my contribution. So if you, after making a lot of money in 10 years' time, you do the same, then there'll be 20 schools.
Definitely.
And another guy comes and he's got some spare cash, there'll be 30 schools. You see, we have this thing for me of somebody must give. Even now, myself or those teachers, I cannot get those teachers to be involved in what, I must get youngsters from outside the school to come and do the swimming program, to come and do the computer literacy program. You ask yourself, so where are we now? What is it that's holding our people back? What is it?
Yeah.
We have to break out of that.
Yeah.
Transformation can happen tomorrow. And in any sport, today there is no sport that says we don't want to transform. I was just watching a tennis interview with the CEO. on the other night. And the guy was saying that what we're doing now in tennis is we're going right down and we're looking for black tennis players, especially girls. And so the will is there. What is going to hamper transformation, and it is hampering it now, is how much money can we put into sport for it to transform the way we want. It's not that. Saturday evening, I was addressing anglers. You know the sport of angling? It's got many disciplines.
Oh yeah.
Okay? So this was one group of bank, standing on the bank of a river or of a dam and fishing. So I tell you, it was at the Voortrekker Monument. Full house. Those guys are there. And about 15% of them were black. Now listen to this. So I say to the president, all right, yeah, people are coming in. He says, no, Gideon, you can go to Durban on the beaches there. Black guys, go to, I said,
Cape Town as well.
yes, I said, you can go to Port St. John's and you will see them. They come with big fishes like this.
Yeah.
They are not organized. They can't get into. But, do you know how much it takes to go to international competition for one angler? 84,000 rand. So we have to rethink the model. We're not saying that to do away with it. No, you can't do away with transformation. You have to bring people into it. But you have to think about, but how do you do it? I can show you here letters of kids who have been selected in East London, in Cape Town, in Port Elizabeth to be part of a team. They're going overseas and the parents must come up with 18,000.
And they can't.
Nothing. Okay? So what does that do to our dream of a transformed sporting setup? It does hamper it because we have to find them, and I've been saying, even in the terms of Minister Mbalula, Chief, we have to fund development. So here's my advice. You know, there are parents who would like to see their kids big in sport. There are parents who realize that it must have a baseline. There must be an entry point. And I think too many of us do not start where we should start. You heard my story.
Yes.
I mean, standard 9, the biology teacher said, hey, take care of this team. And I just dedicated myself to this. We are not looking at those opportunities. I still cry when I think about the youth of Tanzania. When we had a swimming pool there, nobody ever thought, I'm going to learn to swim classes. Parents are prepared to pay. Parents are prepared to pay. So what I'm trying to say, and I hope one day when you see me again in East London, we would have started building this high performance center in East London that we're discussing it now. Because what I would like to do is that in each of the areas close to Tanzania, in a school, at Cholong, you must be able to have a group of young people and you say, Nina, I want to coach in netball. And force the parents to give you the 2 rands or the 3 rands or the 5 rands. Because in that way you begin to understand that sport these days, you get into it, but it also has got an entrepreneurial wing.
Yes.
I mean, you guys you are into it now. You understand that this is one part where we need to make sure that we establish these things for people to hear about. The big message is that throw yourself into this. Do you want to be a coach? There's a coaching program at Sasco. Call up somebody and say, how does it work? It says, if you don't have a coaching program, a certificate, but you are into coaching, we will do recognition of prior learning. You've done something, so we will say do a couple of tests and we give you level 1. Then at least it's going to be national now. You see? So people must I know that there is a frustration. You ask a question and there are no answers. But you know, we keep going on this, I believe that there are very, very many opportunities. How many girls want to play netball? There are hundreds of them. But young girls who've got the skills must say to themselves, there are 20 of us here or 10 of us here, and we want somebody just to help us coaching programs so that we can coach the masses there, the hundreds of them. So, pursue your dream. Go out there and pursue your dream. You can't fall flat. You would have learned something. If you don't use it, it is something for your own. Yeah? Okay, I was able to go through postgraduate studies in sports management at UJ and so on. So, and now I'm busy with a study in coaching for a master's degree. You can't really sit back and say, it can't be done.
Yeah.
Huh?
And especially, I mean, in your days, I mean, those times were more difficult than today.
More difficult.
Because things now are more open.
You know. Take for instance, there are youngsters who are doing a 2-year diploma at ETA, Exercise Teacher Academy. Most of those youngsters, the white ones, they will go into a school and they become the coach or something. And they get a kind of a salary. How many schools in Tanzania are high schools? And you don't see any activity on a Wednesday and on a Saturday morning. And yet there are young people walking around there and they probably have got a diploma in something. Go in there and say to the principal, I'm going to do it free for 2 months, but afterwards I'm going to charge the parents. You have to expose yourself to, I can win or I can lose. That's what life is all about.
That's how you learn.
That's how you learn, because once you fall, you stand up and you dust yourself down and off you go and you do what you must do.